Good evening, everybody. Mary Hunt here for Water with my colleague Lisa, who's doing IT tonight. Lisa, as many of you know, is from Germany, and she's with us for a year from Nuremberg. And she comes to us through both the Irene program in Germany, which is a peace group, and also the voluntary service program of the Church of the Brethren. So we're delighted to have her with us, and we've enjoyed the eclipse. I hope some of you had the opportunity to enjoy the eclipse. And it's rather an auspicious day today, this April 8th. I think the eclipse has opened many people to the thought of the power of nature and the limited power of human beings to stand in its way. Good luck stopping that today. So I think we come humbly tonight as we turn inward. Humbly grateful, at least I am, for the power of nature and the power of the universe and all that it teaches us. So I begin, as we always do at Water, with a land acknowledgement. We in Silver Spring, Maryland, are on the indigenous land of the traditional and contemporary land of the Piscataway and Anacostan peoples. We acknowledge the trauma that is deeply embedded in the foundation of this country. We affirm the right of all people to bring their whole selves and their stories into this space. Water's work is meant to bring about social justice, so let us take a moment just to recommit to acting justly for and with our Indigenous siblings. Let's just take a moment. And if you'd like to, you can put into the chat the name of the group on whose land you sit. Thank you. Last month, we were graced to have Virginia Day, who's with us tonight, lead us on the theme of persistence, something we need more and more as wars ensue and dissonance grows between a just world and what we're living. If you want to revisit that wonderful meditation by Virginia Day, go to our website, www.waterwomensalliance.org, under Water Meditations, and you'll find it. It was very helpful input, Virginia. It's come back to me a number of times since then. So again, another thank you to you, and a tip to others if you missed that and you want to hear that on persistence, go right to the website, look under meditations, and all the meditations are there. We only keep the section where the person is presenting, so it's only a 10-minute video for you to watch, but you're more than welcome to do that. Tonight, we're going to be led by Lillian Lewis on Roadkill, the Blessing. I love the title. Our presenter will offer something brief, usually 7, 8, 9 minutes, to spark our contemplation. Then we spend 22 minutes together in silence, just enough time to get into a meditative state. And then we open the floor for conversation with further instructions to be given then about how we engage in dialogue. As you know, and many of you are very seasoned at this, there are many styles of meditation. You know best what gets you into a contemplative space. It may be attention to your breathing. It may be a word or a phrase acting as a mantra. Do whatever works for you. The key is that we're doing it together. What Nancy Sylvester, who pioneered this approach, called communal contemplation and dialogue, because after the contemplation, we'll have some conversation. So I would ask you just to be sure to mute your Zoom so that we don't get any interference while Lillian is speaking. And then when it's time to share after the meditation, I'll bring you back. I'm delighted to welcome Lillian Lewis back to Water tonight. I have to say, Lillian, your meditations are some of my personal favorites. We've been in the vault and we've done other things, and tonight I think will be equally challenging for us. Lillian is a writer, a spiritual guide, in my view, a Roman Catholic woman priest in Michigan. She went to Marquette University, where she earned a master's in theology. In fact, she was among the earliest women to earn such degrees at Marquette. And as I came along later as an undergraduate, I've always felt in your debt, Lillian, because you and other women really paved the way there and made a difference. So You said that that experience, and I quote you, set your course for a lifelong journey seeking wisdom and the divine face. And I'm so glad that you were of an age when women could do that, because imagine the generation ahead of you and a generation ahead of them. They simply weren't admitted to those programs. I mean, it's really remarkable when you think about it. So the theme tonight is Roadkill, the Blessing, for which she draws on her new book. And we will have as the meditation image this cover. And the book is called Psalms and Dancing Asanas to the Great Mother. And I think it really will give you a sense not only of this meditation, but of other things that so creatively, Lillian, you pull together. Asanas are yoga postures, so you can get a sense just from the title of the creative mix that is in this book. I'll say more about how you can get the book at the end of our time together, but for now, I just want to welcome you back, Lillian,
Thank
and
you.
to share that I am confident it will be another insightful meditation, and we are already in your debt. So thank you very much, and the floor is yours, Lillian Lewis.
Will we have that photo up for me?
We can have it up now if you want it, or we were absolutely going to have it during the meditation period. Would you like it up now as well?
I would like that.
Okay.
At least for half of the screen.
Sure. Sure. Lisa, when you are able, that would be great.
Sure, I can put it up now so everyone has it on big screen, the picture. Is that all right
I
with
want to
you?
welcome all those who have joined us since we were chatting away here. Barbara, it looks like you've got your stuff worked out, and I'm glad to see Anne Marie and others joining us. So there we go. Now it's up. And Lillian, we're back in your capable hands, thanks to Lisa.
Well, good evening, and thank you again for inviting me back. I want to say that tonight we are going to seeing, but we're going to do it through the feminine gaze. Through the feminine gaze. That means there'll be more to the image and less words, more to the image. And so we're going to pray with the icon, a little bit the way the Orthodox do. The Orthodox take the icon or the image of God, the image of the Great Mother, and they just peruse it or they look into it deeply the whole time, and that is their prayer. There may not be any words connected to it, or there may be words connected to it. We're saying here that the revelation will come through the image. The revelation will come through, as you see here, that nature itself, she is the nature. In the masculine way, we have the image of God, in the Vatican, and in the ceiling of the Vatican, where God is a very muscular man, and his hand is outstretched, and he's touching it. Probably it's Adam. He's giving life to Adam, and the masculine gaze is up here in the sky. And all of us know that it's the most popular image of God. He's a healthy, he's a healthy old man. Well, this image is of the Great Mother, and she is there, but she's also almost, you could say, a part of nature. She is nature. She is the world, the cosmic world. And so it's a much different, she's below, she's in the earth. Maybe the masculine image is in the heavens, but she's on the earth. So that's the gaze that we're moving with tonight. There's three parts, you could say, to this meditation. One is the mode that we're going to take, which is contemplation. as the Orthodox do. The second one is the actual content of the meditation. And the third part is, what do we do after? What is our practice? Is there a practice that can come out of this particular meditation? What we're talking about here is in a way is how we can get closer to the mystery of God. How do we get closer to this mystery? And that's what we're doing when we pray. When we pray, we are trying to embrace the mystery, which is so vast, which is God. And here we see that the image that we take is of the Great Mother, as she is the cosmic mother. The second part here is the content of the meditation. And here's where I'd like you to join with me. You're actually not going to go into the vault, but you are going to join me in my car. So let's begin the meditation. I'm in my car and it's early morning. I'm with my great-grandson, who's about 8 years old now, and I'm taking him to summer camp. It's about a 25-minute, 30-minute drive from my house to the camp. And we're going on this road, as you might be able to see in the picture. We're going on a road. I live out in the country. I live near Route 12, which is not a super highway, but it's a busy 2-lane street. On our way, the very first thing we see is our initial interest in what's happening on the road. It's a squirrel and it's terribly damaged. My great-grandson looks at it and he said, "Oh, this is kind of sad." But I'm driving, and I must be driving at about 45 or 50 miles an hour. I don't say anything at the time. A few hundred feet later, we see an opossum on the side of the road that has been run over. And I said, "Oh," and he said, "What is that?" And I said, "It's an opossum." We go a little farther, and it isn't until we see the fourth animal in the middle of the road on the yellow line that we see a beautiful and fragile fawn, a white-tailed, beautiful, beautiful doe. And finally, I pull over and I said, "Wait a second." We get out, my grandson gets out, and he said, I don't think we should touch this doe right now." And I said, "Well, no, but he said, "Well, what can we do?" And I said, well, this animal is dead. This animal is dead." He said, "What else can we do with this animal?" I almost, and I halted, and I didn't say the animal patrol is going to come and shovel it up, but that almost escaped from me. But instead, my great-grandson lifted his hand and he was going to bless it. He said, "We should do something, Grandma." And I said, "All right, let us do something." And he said, let's make a prayer on him." And I said, "I think it's a lady." I said, it's a doe, it's a lady." And we had this moment of just silence. Then he said to me, "Where is she going to go?" And I said, "Well," and here's where I got stuck. Where is she going to go? Where's she going to go? That's the main question. She's going to go, we are going to give her back to the Great Mother. And the Great Mother who made her will take her back. And he said, that's good. The two of us stood on the road with other cars passing us, with our hands raised over the body of the fawn. And somehow I was given, you could say, the words to say, oh, take her back, cosmic mother, take her to your breast and bless us too. Well, we got back into the car, and on our way to the camp, we saw other animals too. It was as though the highway was just littered. And he says, why is this happening? And I said, we're going too fast. We're going to, I don't mean right now, Damien, but we're going too fast. The highway, people are allowed to go this fast, but we shouldn't be going this fast. From then on, every time we saw an animal that was hit on the road, roadkill, we raised our right hand and we said, you know, blessings, take her back into your cosmic breast, into your breast. And we slowed down a moment. So this is the place, I could say that this is the place that surprised us and surprised me. I had no fixed theology. I did not have any ready answer for my great-grandson, but he had a purity of thought, a purity of question, and I had to face that. So now I say in your meditation, see through the Great Mother here and see the many, many other things that need to be blessed. That's where I want to leave you, where you look into her eyes, look into herself, and let her reveal to you what new we must bless. Because the world is the body of God, the body of the goddess, and all of the creation is hers.
Thank you very much, Lillian, and thank you to your grandson. Let us now move into our own contemplative experience. We will take 22 minutes together, and I will ring the gong as we start, and then I will ring the gong as we reconvene 22 minutes from now. You're welcome to put your video on. You're welcome to stop your video if you wish, and we'll simply have this lovely image. And of course, make sure that your Zoom is muted so that we have a good quiet space to look into her eyes and to see through her what it is that needs to be blessed. Thank you, Lillian. You never disappoint me. Thank you again to you, Lillian, and to all who joined in this meditation. It is because we do it together that it has a different feel than many other experiences. Lillian, would you like to make a final comment or anything you'd like to sum up with for us, or are you uh, ready for us to move on here?
My original intention with this piece of writing was not to do meditations, but it was to give as a sample to the women priests that I have as spiritual directees, to encourage them to do the blessings, to in other words, to do the writing, to take their women now who are older and do not have ministries that they go everywhere with all the time, and they are more at home and so forth, to do the writing. My husband did he did the drawings in the book. We incorporated the family in trying to produce this. That's probably why it's not published yet, because there are too many people in it. But the writing was very, very helpful for the I'm not going to say students, but they're people who are trying to hone their craft. And anyway, I think we should do more of that, more writing, more meditations, and more blessing. That's all I could say. And I hope a few of you can download it. It's about 52 pages. It's and it's not all about roadkill. It's about a lot of other things. But thank you so much, Mary, for inviting me again.
Oh, Lillian, no, I have to thank you. I just look forward to your meditations, each one, and this one has just been so special and so very moving and so very useful. I mean, I feel the people that you are engaging in spiritual practices with are very fortunate, and I think tonight we've been very fortunate. So I want to thank you and really mean it sincerely. I have taken so much from this tonight.